This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
My name is Erin. I live in Bedford. It's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm a Texan girl. I'm really into cars, and I like playing sports and camping.
She can knock your socks off with her smile.
She's just oozing of positive energy, and it just makes you really happy, and you just want to never stop talking to her.
You look good too, honey. So I love being around my friends, and I'm always trying to be the life of the party and stuff.
Temporarily.
What? Yes.
Now, Erin's life, it's not using her potential. She is not the person that I know that she is and could be.
I'm addicted to meth. When you smoke meth, it's an upper, so it just gives you a lot of energy. It keeps you awake for a really long time. My bad.
Erin will use drugs for multiple days.
Sometimes I won't sleep for 6 nights. I mean, it just depends. It starts affecting your mental state because you're sleep deprived, and some people go crazy. Did y'all hear the car, or am I just tripping?
I think you're tripping.
Okay.
It makes it very, very difficult to have a conversation with her because she's talking about aliens and stuff.
I may just be hearing.
She gets paranoid about the police, about tracking devices, about bugs. You know, she puts herself in a position where she's open to, 100 different things that can kill her at any time.
Erin is my firstborn child. She was very much a thrill for me to have.
She was exuberant and very charming, charming little girl and fun to be with.
She was beautiful, bright, energetic. Erin was the apple of her father's eye, and I think they doted on each other. He thought she was wonderful, and vice versa.
My husband and I were conservative, strict parents. We wanted to homeschool our children with a Christian curriculum.
I think there was kind of a cocoon around Erin. She wasn't used to socially interacting with children.
It was difficult to adjust moving to Texas because the kids were a lot different than the kids I was used to being around. But I was around a whole bunch of church, goody-goody kids.
There's all these boundaries and all these do's and don'ts, and I think there's an appeal to going in the opposite direction.
Erin started acting out and turning into a bad girl and running with the wrong crowd.
I liked getting high because you feel good when you get high, and you don't think about stuff that sucks in your life.
She felt some sort of acceptance there, too. I'm the misfit kid, and, the drugs make me feel better, and these people are my friends.
That's when I started smoking weed and taking acid and stuff, and I would skip school a lot. I would stay out late at night, fight with my dad about it. It was just this whole big battle thing.
Erin's father began to view her no longer as the apple of his eye, and suddenly she was the bad girl.
The more my dad tried to control me, the more I rebelled.
Erin got to a point where she was starting to be repeatedly arrested.
When things got out of control and my parents couldn't handle things, they would send me away to the places like, treatment centers, rehabs, whatever.
But even with the things that had happened, the treatment centers, I wasn't seeing the progress. I was seeing the continued use.
Erin's father basically emotionally abandoned the family. In a time when everybody needed to draw together, the family was actually fragmenting. I think what Erin desperately needs from her father is unconditional love. She needs to know that her father loves her, that there's nothing that she's going to do that's going to take his love away.
I did sympathize with Erin, and I did have compassion for her, and I did, want to help her in any way at all.
When he took care of me and, financially and everything, and, he was good to me.
She was actually a lot of fun as far as, being just this party girl.
He kept trying to, sleep with me, and I eventually, just said F it, and we had sex a couple times, and I ended up pregnant.
She just took charge of her pregnancy and did what she needed to do to ensure the health of the baby. I was encouraged by Erin making decisions and looking towards her future in a positive way.
I want to try and create a family with Jim because, that's what kids need. They need their parents. They need a family.
I was just looking forward to being a part of her life and, moving forward from that point.
As time went by and the reality sank in terms of what it really means to be a dutiful wife and mothering a toddler, I think that life got difficult.
Erin is at the point now with her addiction that it is the only thing in her life. Nothing else, not even our daughter, nothing else in the world matters to her right now except what drug she's going to do next, where the next drug is going to come from. That is it.
I love my kid more than anything. I would do anything for her. And the reason why I haven't gone and gotten her is because I started getting high again. And I can't get myself to get sober enough to do that because I'm upset about her not being here. So it's a freaking catch-22 circle.
I don't even know who you are.
You don't even know who I am.
I don't even know who you are. Like you're a completely different person than the one I know.
I have on no makeup.
Hi, Erin. My name is John Southworth. This isn't about you, Erin. This is about your family and how scared they are. All we ask you to do is just listen.
I have come here with your family to ask you with all my heart to please accept the help we're offering.
I don't want to hear from you. Seriously.
This is just for the
You
family.
alcoholic. Why don't you go to rehab too? Because you have just as big a problem that you have not dealt with either.
He admitted it.
All right?
He's gonna get the help. You go.
All right. It's good to see y'all.
Erin has been sober since the intervention, and I'm very happy that she's been able to hold that together and not have any relapses.
I'm really enjoying living my new life with my family, and I feel like things are gonna go really good, and we're just gonna move up from here, and this is all I want. Here's Daddy.
She seems to be genuinely happy, and she has that sparkle in her eye, that people get whenever, they have something to live for, basically.
I know now for sure that I absolutely do love him and want to spend the rest of my life with him, and I feel like we make each other better people, so I think it's better for us to be together.
It took a lot of hard knocks and a lot of chaos to get to where she's at now. It's unfortunate, but I guess in the end, hopefully will all be worth it.